I think to myself as I walk around Palo Alto, and I know the Palo Alto very well. I was for 8 years a research fellow at the Hoover Institution, so I know the community. And on the face of it, it's a very open community. No walls. You can just walk right onto the campus and feel comfortable. You can sip your latte and so on. Where are the walls? This horrible Trump, he wants to build a wall. And then it occurred to me that Stanford actually has a wall. And it's a much bigger wall than any wall that Trump wants to build. And this wall is actually organized or controlled by the admissions office. It is the wall of admission to an elite community. And this wall is so tall and so opaque that, to my knowledge, in the entire history of the university, no one has ever scaled a wall. Think about it. Think of what it means to scale a wall. What it would mean at Stanford is for someone to sneak into Stanford, take classes for 4 years, and make off with a Stanford degree. Has anyone, to your knowledge, ever done that? No. And that means that Stanford, you, ruthlessly enforce this wall against outsiders. Your community decides who gets to be a member, and you will not allow any intruders, you will not allow any degree of compassion to allow someone to come in and claim the same degree that you and your parents are demanding of you, that's going to give you an advantage in the race of life over all those other people on the other side of the wall. And I think if you were honest, you would admit that this is true. And the only point I want to make in connection with the wall is that every community has this right. America has the right to say who gets to be a member of this society. And once America decides that democratically through laws, its job then is to be fair to the citizens and to non-citizens. I'm an example of somebody who had to come to America by standing in a very long line. I happen to come from a country very far away. So there's no question of swimming across the Rio Grande or tunneling my way under a fence. There's no way to get here that way. You have to stand in line. And so fairness is also fairness between the immigrant across the border and the immigrant in Bombay, India. You have to have the same rules apply to all of us. So that's the moral case for a wall. The moral case for a wall is simply the right of a community to decide democratically who gets to be a new member. And I think if you extend this right to Stanford, which you undoubtedly do, it's very difficult to say it should not belong to America.